I knew I'd forget to unmute it first. Hello, everyone. Hi, I'm the Cat Toy Lady, and today is my first episode of the Cat Dish. I want to thank you all for joining me. I am going to be showing you some very, very neat jewelry. And let's see. Sorry, give me one moment. My own live stream is going, and I could hear it. So yes, I am doing this live stream. Again, this is my first one, so if there's any little oopses, bear with me. Let me go ahead and start introducing you to, it's cat whisker jewelry that Jen Glick makes. Let me get her on with us. There we go, because she can tell you best about her company and what she does. So here is Jen. Very good. Hopefully everyone can hear. If you can hear, just type like a yes for me, just so I know I'm following along in the chat. It's the little things that help. But if not, I will be sure to ask you any questions that come up. There is a bit of a delay, too. So, yes, hopefully everyone can hear now. That should have everything going. All right. So, like I said, first episode of the Cat Dish. Jen is with us, and Volana Kote is how you say it, correct? That is her company. She makes the prettiest jewelry. She uses whiskers, I've seen cat claws, horsehair, ashes. I still have my cat's baby teeth. I'm one of those. Oh, people are saying they can't hear. Let's see what we can do about that. Can you all hear now? Can you hear Jen now? Nope, they can't hear you. That is odd, because this worked just fine the other day with my husband. You know, it's the figuring out. That's why Jen is my guinea pig, but she has the most beautiful stuff, so I wanted to bring her on first. And they say still no sound. That is so odd. Yes. So let me see here. Yeah, I am double checking. Well, isn't that just not fun? Let me go out of here, back to me for a second, and see if I can fix the glitch. Okay. Now maybe you all might be able to hear her. Oh goodness, and of course my husband is out diving and this is his program. But it should just work. Of course. I don't know why it's not. No Jen still. No, Jen's side is not muted because I can hear her through our stuff. And the program's supposed to automatically come over. Go figure, huh? Let's see. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, Jen's not muted. That's the funny thing. Is everything is unmuted on the back end. There's nothing muted. Well, maybe I will mute you, and then you will have to unmute yourself. And thank you all for bearing with me through this. I don't know what's happening to it. Okay, so Jen, you're unmuted again. I can hear you again. Yeah. No, you shouldn't be able to hear through the earbuds. Yeah, I'm just unplugging my earbuds for a second. And maybe Jen say something, see if it...
Oh, I'm sorry. There's a share screen button that's lit up. It's green.
No, that'll just kind of let us see what's on your desktop.
Oh, no,
I
I don't want to do
unplugged my
that.
earphones and let's plug them back in and see if that fixes something. Okay. Oh,
Can you
that...
hear me now?
I
Hello.
think that actually just...
I heard a ding.
Yep, yep.
You want me now?
Yay!
You
Okay,
want
so
me now?
apparently it has to be on front speaker mode even though my headphones are in, which is just odd.
So,
Yeah. So,
no?
one more. Yeah, they can hear you now.
Oh, hey guys.
And I am trying to see why it's being so goofy. But, okay, I'm just going to turn my stuff up so you all can hear her through mine. That's the best way to do it today. And of course, as soon as I did that, it went through my headphones again. Computers, they don't play nice. Yet now I can hear you through my headphones. And everyone can hear her now, correct? Please. Isn't it just weird that all I had to do was unplug it and plug it back in and it just magically works? Okay. So again, this is Jen. Now that you can hear her. Oh, now they can't hear you. Oh, yeah, here. Let me just unplug mine and see what happens. But now my desktop audio just went out. Okay, there it goes again.
Okay.
Just,
Yikes.
it's like it works for a second and then changes its mind. Like, I can see the meter, and it's just going from nothing, like not picking up a word, to picking up stuff.
To picking up stuff.
Yeah. So, hopefully, can you hear now?
I can hear you.
Maybe Miss Angela. It's still no sound.
Still no sound.
That is so weird. It works for a second, and then it doesn't. So now they can hear you? It says good now. Oh, yes! Okay, I unplugged and plugged it back in again. So all right. So again, some of the most beautiful jewelry you could ever see. With whiskers, hair, fur, horsehair, teeth, you name it. If you have something that you want to memorialize your pet with, she can do it. And the cool thing is, she can even customize colors. So if you have your cat's eyes that you're just in love with, she can make the jewelry have that same coloring. Oh. Yeah, so I just pulled up just so they can kind of see what we're talking about, some of the jewelry. I did start with my personal favorite, which are these rings. These rings right here in the center, that was what first drew me to her table. Jen and I have been at a lot of cat events together, um, CatCon, Pop Cats, and what was the one in New York? Cat Camp, which just happened this past weekend online. Were you at Chicago? The Windy City Kitty, I think it was. Yeah, well, I plugged it in and everyone said they could hear. And then, hmm, they said that they can't hear you again.
When she plugs the headphones in, it must cut your mic out. She can't put her earphones in.
He said that like right when you plug in your earphones, that's when it cuts out.
Yeah. Well, they were telling me when it was in, that's as soon as I plugged it in, people started saying they could hear again.
But it went out again?
Yeah. I can't hear you. It's just...
I wonder if it's my earbuds have an issue. Don't use the earbuds. So, no earbuds. Let's see what happens. I might just have to turn everything up loud so they can hear through my speaker. So, are they hearing?
Can you guys hear me? Can you hear? Hear me now?
It says you're lagging.
I'm lagging, but they can hear.
They can hear you now. So I have my microphone up next to the computer.
Okay.
And I'll just talk louder because God knows I can talk.
Okay.
Okay. So
yeah, I think we pretty much traveled the country together by accident, doing all the cat conventions.
Oh yeah. And of course your husband does travel with you. He also is a vendor at these events.
Yep, it's a 50-50 company. I make them draw me all the cats.
Yes.
And we had a blast. Like 2 years ago, we were hitting up lots of states on the map.
Yeah, hopefully, now that things are dying down, we can get back to that. But so we can kind of see. There we go. So here are some of the photos that he does. Prints. What all?
Prints, t-shirts. We recently just started printing on wooden plaques. He makes coasters. Oh my gosh, some of those pictures are so funny.
I was like going through the personal pictures, but
and there's some of my babies.
Yeah. And the first one I was always drawn to was the broccoli cat.
Yeah.
I think I already passed it. Where's the broccoli cat? Because broccoli cat needs to be seen. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there it is. Those cats look like little ants almost. They're so tiny.
So a little off topic from your jewelry, but just to say that you're not traveling alone. It's a good partnership.
I kind of wish our cats could travel with us, but they are not good travelers at all.
Yeah, and these events could be a little scary. I kind of feel bad for some of the cats that the owners do bring them. You see them panting and a little nervous, and
yeah, it takes a special kind of cat to want to be that sociable, I think.
Yeah, like Sunglass Cat could care less.
Oh yeah.
And Little Bub didn't care all too much, but
my cats would maul me.
Yeah. My big girl is scared of her own shadow. Like, she can be so aggressive when it comes to playing, and then a sound happens in the house and she's the cat that springs. Like, and let's see. Okay, so everyone can still hear. Yes, Broccoli Cats is fun. And so yeah, so will you tell me a little bit about how you started making this jewelry? Because it doesn't seem like something you just pick up one day and be like, oh, I can do that. Like, you have to kind of, it's a learning curve, I would think.
It was kind of something I just wanted to make for myself. I found a couple whiskers and I had them in a jar for a while. And I've always made jewelry. And I was an art major, so I'm always crafting things. And I made a pendant for myself, and I didn't tell anyone. It was like my little secret because I didn't want people to think I was nuts, but I saved my cat's whiskers. um, but then I did tell a couple people, and those people told a couple other people, and there's a lot of cat people out there that are just as crazy as I am and save little toenail sheaths and whiskers and
Like I said, I have my cat, my big girl. I have her baby teeth. She
yeah,
happens to spit out every single one of them. So I
that's
have
so
almost
cool.
all them incisors, her canines, and her molars.
That's insane. Like I've had 4 cats in this house, and I've only found 2 teeth, and it was like total accident. They were just kind of sitting there waiting for me. But I never in my life thought I would find a tooth. So that's pretty impressive that you have that
Basically,
many.
I'm just missing 2 of the incisors. I mean, it's
I have like a full set.
yeah, and I think she might have been missing those 2 when we found or when we adopted her. So that probably makes sense. They told us that she was a lot younger than she was, and by her teeth at first, we thought that, but then she lost all the teeth in like 2 weeks, which isn't quite the
Oh,
usual
wow.
time span. So,
Yeah, that's pretty
but
crazy.
uh, I want to actually get Jen to make one. I have one of those origami owl necklaces that holds stuff, and I want to get my 3 cats one of each of the whiskers and get her to make just kind of like ear stud size of a little piece that I can put in my necklace. So that is the current goal, is to find that last whisker
Oh,
and know
check,
it's from the right cat.
check their favorite sleeping spots, and a Swiffer. A Swiffer always finds me a couple whiskers.
Yeah, I really in my house, I just have to have my daughter walk around and it'll stab her in the foot. It's
Oh, perfect. You have a whisker
she drags her
finder.
feet, I guess, you know. But so it just no one told you how to do it. You just figured it out.
I just figured it out. I That's kind of how I roll. Like if I really want to do something, I'll figure it out, um, and refine it later. And I've definitely made like a lot of changes since like my first piece. The first piece I made for myself didn't have any color in it at all. It was just natural metal and whiskers, so it was very plain. Which it was, I loved it. It was beautiful because it was my cat's whiskers. But now, like when I see all these pictures, I'm like, oh wow, I never thought back then to do a cat's eye color or any color for that matter.
Yeah, the greens that you do, like the
Mhm.
greens and the teals, they just pop so much to me.
And I
Yeah.
think it helps the whiskers stand out too.
Mhm. Yeah, and you do custom, like they can pick any size, shape. It
Yeah,
doesn't
any
matter.
size, any shape, and if there's nothing, I think I have almost 100 items in my Etsy shop right now. But if there's nothing there that you're in love with, we'll work together and try to find something that does work. I'm jewelry obsessed and I love hunting for settings. So yeah, I'm happy to.
And when it comes to the custom jewelry, your prices are better than the majority of custom people, I have to say. Like, there is one lady that I watch that she does the most beautiful pieces, but they're in glass and they're a cat. And yes, they can look like your cat. But when the starting price is $150 for a little glass cat, like the small one, I was like, ah. Like I wanted one so bad, and then I saw it was $150 for her smallest size, which was like half an inch or something. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think I can justify that one to my husband. But
Well, so that I think actually now that you said that, that made me kind of remember something. I saw a company years ago that you could send your pet's ashes to them. I don't know their name, and I'm sure they're still around, but they would make a diamond for you. But it was, I think it like started at $3,000. That's not in my budget.
Yeah,
So
that's
I think that's probably part of why I started doing this is because I wanted something similar to that, but affordable. I mean, if somebody gave me $3,000 to get a diamond made out of cat hair, I would totally do it. But I'm not gonna just pull that out of my pocket.
yeah.
I'm gonna buy like 5 litter robots before I do that.
Uh, yeah. It's funny the wish list certain people have, especially cat related people. It's the little things that help us
Yeah,
out more, you know.
it is for sure.
But sadly, don't let the like the cat behavioral specialist know you have a litter robot.
Really?
Yes. So the rule of thumb with litter boxes is it should be long enough that a cat and a half of your longest cat can fit in it. So cat head to butt, 1.5 cats. That's how big your litter box should be. That's the rule of thumb.
I don't think any of my litter boxes are that.
I've got a gigantic Rubbermaid, and God, in my bedroom, sitting right next to me. Hopefully, no one uses it at the moment. Um, but yeah, so the little robots are so nice. But then, like for me, I have to be careful who I mention things like that to, because
Well, I've had mine for 10 years, I think, and all my cats use it. They love it. I
I
mean,
had the
I have other litter boxes, but they use all of them.
yeah the litter genie that was just like the straight scooping one, like the original one. I had that, and I guess it scooped my cat while he was going to the bathroom.
Oh
So
no.
I had just moved in 2 weeks before that with my husband for the first time and brought the cat. My husband had a brand new couch delivered, and a week later, the cat starts using it as a litter box.
Oh
Poop, pee, you
no.
name it. You know the cartoon of like trying to put a cat in water and how they like cling to everything?
Uh-huh.
That was my cat over the litter box. He became scared of all
Oh,
litter boxes, even the non scoopable, and went on
oh,
Prozac. So it's those rare occasions that are why they are anti automatic, but
and
they want
that
like
sounds
really big litter boxes.
that's
And
pretty traumatizing.
yeah, yeah. Prozac and kitties, it can help, but that's not like a long term solution.
Yeah.
Let's see what people are saying. Uh, Miss Laura needs ideas for using claw clippings. They almost look like glitter when you have a lot of them together. They do. And your husband gets mad at you when you clip the claws in bed. He's like, they're relaxing. I can just sneak up and do a couple of them real quick. um, and she never thought of using them in jewelry.
I never did either. That was not on my radar at all. Somebody emailed me and asked me if I could, and my rule is I try not to say no to anything. I try to at least try it,
Hmm.
and
Yeah,
I
here's one of them up on the screen. Oh no, this one's
puppy
puppy
teeth.
teeth.
Hmm. I have there's probably one on there somewhere. I did a ring, and they kind of look like little ocean waves, like the
I,
little
I
claw
might
like
have skipped
waves.
it.
Uh,
Oh, and there's a cool snake one.
oh yeah.
And of course, I was showing the butterfly wings.
And those again, those are things that people requested. I don't have a snake, so I never would have thought of doing that.
Yeah.
But it was really cool. It was a really fun experience.
And oh, I thought it was towards the beginning. I do have to say this calico right here. You match the
Oh,
coloring of her calico-ness right through here. It's so pretty. Let's see
it's
it.
so
When I
pretty.
blow it up, they're not quite centered for you all, but you can see. So here's the coloring of it, and then the kitty.
She's such a pretty girl. That's the best part of my job. I get pictures of pretty kitties every day, all day long. It's amazing.
And speaking of pretty kitties, are these white kitties that I saw down here? Are these your babies?
Yes.
Okay, I thought they were. Because you have all white cats, correct?
We have 3 white cats and one all black cat.
So 4 cats total. Any dogs?
No dog. This cat.
Yeah, when our baby dogs pass, they'll be the last ones. We've gone all cat. We're good.
I love dogs. I kiss every dog that I see, but I don't think our queen Molly would appreciate us getting a dog. She doesn't really appreciate the two new cats. So maybe one day, just not anytime soon.
And let's see. I'm looking back at the comments. Yeah, so part of the reason I wanted to do these segments, there's a lot of things that, yes, I teach people how to DIY, but there's certain things you just don't want to DIY because the skill and the time involved. And I mean, you DIY, technically DIY'd, getting started with the jewelry making. So, there's certain times where you just say, I just want to buy it. And that's kind of the things that I do want to show people, because I have friends that also design cat toys or design jewelry and shirts, and sometimes it's okay to buy it. I mean, I'm a cheapskate, and I think it's okay.
From like an independent person that has their, it's not like mass manufactured. It's like you're helping that person too. So that's kind of a big deal.
So, speaking of things not being mass manufactured, how are you doing with still getting your products out there now that the new world of COVID has hit? Because I know we were at cat events all the time.
Yeah, oh gosh, I miss cat conventions and seeing and interacting with everyone. But since COVID hit, I've just been basically speaking with people on Instagram and on Facebook, and it's been great because I still feel like I have all these friends and these fun people to talk to. But I definitely miss in-person stuff for sure.
Do you have a favorite event that you've been to?
I think Cattsbury Park.
That's the Jersey one, right?
What's that?
Was that the New Jersey?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Cattsbury Park, New Jersey. So, Cattsbury Park, I think it was 2018 was
the year that we had all the smoke from the boardwalk on fire, right?
That was the second one. The very first one.
I went to the second one.
That was wild. That was really great.
Yeah, there's nothing like the boardwalk being on fire near you.
And I remember going home crying with excitement because I met so many people that loved cats. I had no idea this world was this big. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, it's okay to be the weird one standing out in the crowd because everyone else in the crowd is just as weird as you, and you might not actually be the weird one.
Yeah, not at all. I think
being in love with cats.
People are weird.
I remember there's one gentleman at CatCon that always wore a top hat and had his whiskers. He and I guess it's his best friend. They don't live together, don't date. They just hang out. And she would always have a poodle skirt, but it had cats on it.
Yes.
And they would walk around, and it's like I feel completely normal with them around.
That's exactly what you're talking about, because I remember my husband went to speak with them and got a picture with them, and they were the nicest people. They were amazing. That's the thing. Most animal people are amazingly wonderful people, and those are the people that I'm choosing to work with. And so even though I'm not seeing people in real life, I still have this great joy in my heart every day because I'm talking to people that are genuine.
Yeah, you would think at these cat events that it would be competitive because, some of us, when I sold cat toys, I'd be right across the table or the aisle from someone else selling cat toys. Mm-hmm. But I'd sell mine and be like, oh, and did you see over there? There's some really cool stuff on that table too.
It's a very supportive community for sure.
Oh yeah, and then having Big Cat Rescue was in between us at CatCon. And then now that Carol Baskin has come out, I'm like, yeah. I talked with her at her table next to me. I'm like, we were talking about my products going into their store. I'm like, it's so crazy that the people that you meet through these cat events just become, Carol Baskin's now like infamous.
Yeah.
But part of my goal with doing the cat dish is I want to highlight these people, and as I grow, because since people do rewatch episodes, it'll help everyone else grow too at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you were my guinea pig, and thank you for bearing with me through the technical difficulties. I still can't understand why it would work for a little bit and then just stop.
I'm honestly glad that the technical difficulties were on your side because I wouldn't be able to figure it out.
Yeah, luckily you just have to hit Zoom. Yeah, it's funny that that we can even talk back and forth. So many people before COVID didn't know Zoom or weren't able to even log in, and just. And speaking of things like that, when it comes to Zoom, do you have a day job that you have to use Zoom or anything like that? Or do you just do jewelry?
Unbelievably is my full-time job. It's
That's
a dream come
awesome.
true. It's not, it's, I don't, it's, I mean, I wanted this to happen, but it's not something that I ever thought would be real. But it is, and it's amazing. It's so awesome.
Yeah, there's a different sense of peace when you get to do what you want on your own time with your ideas, and it just goes the way you want it to instead of having to rely on anyone else.
This is the most fulfilling work I've ever done. I love it.
Your jewelry is just so stunning. So, like, I can understand why that's fulfilling. Again, we're back to the rings that I'm in love with. These right here.
I'm a ring girl. I am definitely a ring girl.
Well, I hardly ever wear jewelry. If I wear anything, I wear a necklace. But I love rings on other people.
On other people.
But I have medical issues. All my people know that. So my hands swell like nothing else. So like right now, I go between a size 9 and 9.5 in rings. That is a man's hand. Like,
this big boy that I have here, this is a 9.
Yeah, but I'm talking about pinky. Ring finger. But yeah. My husband, doing the river scuba diving, last week found a gold ring in the river, and it says "Her King" on it, and it would only fit my pinky. It was the smallest ring that was, I guess, supposed to be for a man. Yeah. Football player hands, I guess. Of course, I got the beefiness for it too. I could be a linebacker.
No, you're not alone. I've made rings that were like size 14 for some people. Whatever.
Heck, now you all know rings in various sizes.
Yeah.
All right, and let's see what else is on here. Again, the teal. I'm drawn to anything teal and green. I mean, if you can't tell by my logo that green is my color.
Yeah.
I'll blame it on being part. Oh, I saw the Harry Potter. Let me go back.
Oh. So. Do you know that I did not know that was a Harry Potter thing? I just thought it was a cool design.
You don't have kids.
I do not know anything about Harry Potter. I've never seen any of it. I don't know. It's not my thing. And people are probably going to freak out and say I'm a horrible person or I'm crazy for not watching it.
No, it still shows that even if you don't know that, as part of Harry Potter, you still did something that's very, like, in that niche.
I like triangles.
I could go into the whole explanation of the wand, and it signifies an invisibility cloak and some of the others. It's sad, it really is. I've read the books, but my kids love
hardcore. I'm just not one of those people.
Yeah, I think I offended someone at one of the cat events because they said something about being a Hufflepuff, and I, at the time, had only read the books, but really didn't understand what I was saying, and I was like, why wouldn't you want to be a Gryffindor? Because that's like the cool ones in the movie, and Hufflepuff is like where all the people that don't fit into either like the bad guys or the good guys go. They just just kind of blah. Is the way it's described. And he was so hardcore Hufflepuff, and I was like, really? Sorry to Adventure Cats people. I didn't mean to offend you. By the way, that's another one I need to get on here. It's the Adventure Cats people.
The Adventure Cats people, I think we're on cat camp yesterday. I was in and out because my husband and I had a pop up, so I was only catching little things here and there.
So
But
was
I saw Denali Cat and her mom mountain climbing. I was just like, holy cow, how cool are they?
Yeah, my cat wouldn't do that. We adopted her thinking about a harness and the cool bubble backpack.
Mm-hmm.
No, won't have it. She's like, I don't want outside. I'm good in here.
Our guys go out in the backyard. We have a big wooden fence, and I started out harness training them, but they're such scaredy cats. Like they don't go like 5 feet from the back steps.
Yeah.
So they love going out and eating grass, but they're not super adventurous.
Yeah. I have two different catios, balconies that are screened in. One that's the size of a double window, and then one's a single window. So they have like, and one of them's right where a tree is that the squirrels hang out in. So there's a lot of squirrels jumping onto it. I swear the squirrel messes with the cats on purpose,
They
knowing
do.
the cat can't get them.
The squirrels know how. Yeah, they know.
Oh yeah, and they'll dangle right in front of the catio and just like
I like when they
throw
like
yourself
flip
at
their
it.
tails, like enticing the cats to come get them.
Oh yeah, and this particular squirrel though will like pop. We have a curio cabinet in front of the window on one window, but there's just like a 4-inch gap. He will come and hang and look in the window when he wants bread put out.
They're so
Like
nice.
he just sits there and bobs on the tree branch. I'm like, can you put rings on your toes too?
I haven't thought about toe rings.
There you go.
Maybe.
I mean,
I
for
don't
like
see why not.
for when you start doing California stuff again, they're apparently toe rings are back in California.
Yeah.
So my friends, I have family that are on the West Coast. So
Yeah.
the 6-year-old daughter just got a toe ring. So it's like the cool thing again. I'm like,
All
is it a mood
right,
ring?
I'll put it on my list.
And ooh, did you have a money clip? Did I? Someone.
I have money clips and tie clips too.
Ah. Do you do cufflinks?
Uh-huh.
Huh? Cool.
Yeah. I've done cufflinks for grooms for weddings. And actually that's like something that's really cool is people have been asking me to make wedding rings for them, which is like
Yeah.
really
Very
big
significant.
honor.
Yeah, maybe my next ring. Once I, so I have a stent in my kidney right now. I've been waiting 6 weeks to get it out. It comes out Wednesday, and then supposedly all my problems should be starting to. Well, not all, but the kidney problems should be gone, and I never have to see a kidney doctor again. So, knock on some wood. If you can't tell, there's a wall here.
That's going to be a big, awesome day.
Yeah, because not being able to bend over to pick stuff up off the floor is, something that. Yeah, when you have 2 kids, even though I have an awesome 6-year-old son who his favorite thing is to make a chore list.
Aww.
And then magically Saturday mornings I wake up and he's cleaned the whole house. I'm like, where did you come from?
That's unheard of.
Yeah.
You're a lucky lady, geez.
Yeah. Well, he used baby wipes to clean the television, so maybe not so lucky. Not so good on the electronics, but he tried.
We tried.
Oh, and they say that they do like your Etsy shop. That is very pretty.
Oh, thank you. I think it's a little overwhelming. There's a lot of stuff in there, but I don't know. I like jewelry.
Oh, and here's some of the green that I like.
It's like an emerald green.
That's my color right there. So
That's good for showcasing both black and white whiskers, for sure.
So I thought that my mom was crazy for keeping whiskers, and I had a vet tech that I worked with, Posey, if she rewatches this. Posey has an entire kitchen drawer full from 20 years of saving, and she did foster cats and her own cats, and we worked at the cat clinic. So she has a kitchen drawer full of whiskers.
Wow.
And I thought people like that were crazy. And then I found you. And I realized, hey, they can be used for things.
I am a firm believer that finding a whisker is like finding a 4-leaf clover. They're good luck. They're magical little blessings, I think.
And you know what the thing is in my house now to do every time my daughter finds a whisker after she steps on it?
What?
She stabs herself in the arm and pretends to be a cat.
Oh my gosh, they hurt.
Yeah, weird. Genetically, I feel bad for my kids. They were born to be weird.
They'll grow out of it. It's okay. They'll grow out of it.
Oh, knocking on wood for me too. Yeah. Miss Angela, that's on here, has definitely followed through the drama of the last 5 months of kidney hell. And now I get to start my channel back up. I'm very excited, and hopefully we can help each other grow. I think that this should send some people to your Etsy shop. Do you prefer people to shop? Because I see on Facebook and even through Instagram people can shop. Is there a favorite place that you prefer them to go to?
Probably on Etsy. I don't mind if people reach out on Instagram or Facebook, but if there's like a specific item that they're interested in, Etsy is probably better because it attaches all of our messages to their order. So it's easier for me to reference any special notes like eye color or coat color. So Etsy's been really awesome for me, actually, keeping me organized.
Yeah, I can't imagine if you didn't have an Etsy shop, what this past year would have been like.
Oh, it wouldn't have worked at all. Etsy and Instagram have made this year work for me, for sure.
Yeah,
And all of the people that are on Instagram sharing.
Yeah, find her on Instagram. It's right up here. Like you can see the little camera symbol, the at Volana Kote. I'm going to say that right.
Okay.
And you'll be able to find her. She does have Facebook too, but just go to Instagram. It's easiest. And you can see all the beautiful things that she does. And of course, when you end up following her, you'll get them regularly. But yeah, it's a good thing to be able to share everyone's journeys and promote other people. So don't be afraid to go and I'm so used to saying subscribe because I'm used to other YouTubers, but follow on Instagram.
Thank you.
And one last question. You said that you just did an event yesterday. Is this your first since COVID?
No, there's a little pavilion kind of type thing off of South Street in Philadelphia. It's open air. This is probably the third time we popped up there with the 50/50 company. They do staggered tables. I think they're like 20 feet apart, and there's maybe like 15 vendors. And we just pop up for about 4 hours. Everyone wears masks, and there's hand sanitizers everywhere. So it's very comfortable. But it's very tiny. It's not like a cat convention or anything like that.
Are you in Philadelphia?
My husband and I live in Delaware, but
That's
we're like borderline Pennsylvania. We're about 40 minutes from Philadelphia. So most of the events that we do usually are in Philly because there's not a whole lot going on in Delaware.
Yeah, every time you say Philadelphia, though, the Fresh Prince song goes through my head. It's, 90s kid. Well, 80s, 90s, but... And found whisker in the middle of the bed when they aren't supposed to be there. Yeah.
Aww.
So I was told, and it was by a veterinarian, that the reason that whiskers fall out is because it's kind of like teeth, that there's another one behind it pushing it out. And that's why they're in there so firmly until all of a sudden they just seem to fall out. Because you can't run your fingers along and have them fall out. It's waiting for a new hair follicle to kind of push its way through.
Yeah, they're deeply rooted. They're in there.
Yeah, so never cut a whisker if you want jewelry, or yank a whisker. It's so mean. Just wait for it to fall out. They shed them every couple of weeks. One will fall out, at least. Yeah. Sometimes just when you have more than one cat, it's hard. Yeah, you'll find them. And let's see. I was just looking to see if there's any other questions in here. Do you all have any more questions for Miss Jen? There's a little bit of delay, so I'll wait just a second. But I'm looking forward to the cat events popping back up. Some are small that we go to, some are large. CatCon, the last one I went to was 20,000, I think they said. That was the year that we lost our air conditioning. Did you get to see Macaulay Culkin when he walked by?
I did, yeah.
So there were 3 rows. Macaulay Culkin walks in, 1 row, and then the air conditioning's out, and he realizes how freaking hot it was. So he walks right back out down the middle. I was right here on the 3rd row. Never got to see him. I would have thrown a cat toy at him, gotten his attention. Because that's what I did. We had bouncy toys, so I bounced toys a lot. Jen got to sit there looking pretty with all her jewelry on, and I'm sitting there bouncing toys. And your Instagram page is nice too, they say.
Oh, thank you,
Miss Angela. So,
cats and jewelry, yay.
All right. Oh, see, there's a picture of you vending.
That was at CatCon, I think.
Was that a year that you were in the main section?
I was never in the main section. I only did CatCon once, and it was in where the air conditioner broke.
Yeah. CatCon is in August, if I remember right, in Pasadena. It gets a bit warm.
A little toasty.
Yeah, a little toasty. No one wanted to come in our building because it was so hot. Sales suffered a little. But, yeah. So, since there seemed to be no other... Oh, there's a bottle opener. Is that what that is?
I tried to make some products for men, and I'm not good at it because most of the stuff I make because I like it for myself. So there's a few random things in there, like bottle openers and cufflinks, yeah.
Yeah, it's better than the bottle opener we currently have. It was given to me by a local pet cremation company.
Oh.
So when you pull it out, it's the pet crematorium.
As a promo? Oh, gosh.
But it works so well. It was really well made. So, people are like, oh, I need a bottle opener. And I'm like, here.
Oh, God.
I need one of yours. So I'm not freaking people out when... Of course, I haven't had people over in a while, besides some scuba divers, and we haven't
had anyone over either. And our 2 newest kittens we got a week before lockdown, so our kittens haven't met people.
Yeah.
And my neighbor was over the other day, and oh my gosh, they were terrified. So I think they're going to be scarred for life.
I guess it's kind of good that we've all been around for the pets.
Yeah,
it's a good thing. But yeah, it's a little scary when they're not used to other people.
Yeah.
But I think we're going to wrap it up. Again, Jen has her Instagram page. It's on here. Her Etsy shop, Facebook even. So definitely go follow on all platforms if you want. Well, you can't really follow on Etsy, I don't think. Or they have a heart button. You can like companies. So you can even like her company on Etsy. What is the Facebook? It is, you just type in Volana Kote and her Facebook will show right up. It's the very top one that will show. See, I'll show you. I scrolled a lot, apparently. I'm going to make you all sick. This is it. This is what it looks like. And even her logo looks like kitty cat whiskers. Which I bet you did on purpose, but you know.
My husband helped me with that.
Oh yeah. So I think one of these days I'm going to have your husband come on once I figure out the sound. Just to be able to glorify the 50/50 company. Because, again, here, let me pull that one up because it's awesome. So, a lot of cat prints that you can order. And you can, I went to the shopping page. I guess that works. I have a microphone in my way. I can't see anything. Okay. There we go. But yeah, a lot of really neat prints. They remind me of how I think things look in Alice in Wonderland. Like just that twist on things that you think of when it comes to Alice in Wonderland. Yeah, so that's the way I describe it, is Wonderland. It's the way it would look. But if I came across a cat with a chainsaw, I'd just saying. Cat on broccoli is good. But yeah, there's lots of cat prints. There's other prints. Is Delaware a legal state for recreational items?
I don't even think it's recreational yet. I'm not really sure.
I know some of the states up in your area have recently, like Virginia, I think.
New Jersey is recreational now.
So there are some themes that...
Yeah.
Yeah, because didn't... The pop-up you just did, isn't that had to do with recreational stuff?
Next weekend, we're doing the PA Cannabis Festival. That's in Kutztown, Pennsylvania. So he's been doing packaging design for a hemp farmer. So he has a lot of new hemp and cannabis related artwork that we're going to take. And that's also an outdoor market. So hopefully the weather will be good. We can interact with some more humans.
Yeah, the outdoor ones is always a little tricky on if the weather behaves.
I know, but I definitely feel more comfortable outside than like inside in an enclosed space with a lot of people right now.
Yeah. And well, I know I said I was going to let you go, but I did have a question of my own that I forgot. The jean jackets that you sell for cats.
Yeah.
How large of a size do they come in?
So the extra larges, I think, go up to 18-pound cats.
I have 17 and a half pounder.
What's that?
My baby's 17 and a half.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
So Matt actually screen prints. Matt does all the artwork and screen prints those patches, and then I sew them on. And that's really the best part of doing shows, is when people bring their dogs and cats and try them on.
Well, myself, I was a punk rocker back in the day. I mean, my dad was a punk rock drummer when I was little, and I've been to the Misfits. I've been to, like, I grew up going to punk rock concerts, my family. So the jean jacket, like, I had my own jacket that had patches on it, the Ramones, you name it, Kiss Me on Punk patch, So the jacket is dear to me. I think along with the whisker jewelry, there's a jean jacket in my future. Nice. Well, for the cat.
Well, we'll make a custom one for you where you can pick out the patches that you want.
See, people, they have the coolest stuff. All right. Well, I'm going to wrap it up this time for sure. Thank you so much for joining me on my first episode of The Cat Dish. And
yeah, it was great chatting with you.
I really appreciate it. There were a little bit of hiccups in the beginning, but we made it through. And, they want to know what page is that. That is the 50/50 Company. Let me scroll to the top so you can kind of see it. There we go. So if you want something that thinks, an artwork that thinks outside the box of how life is, 50/50 Company's got you covered. And people are just saying thank you. So thank you again, Jen. I'm going to switch over and just say a goodbye to everyone else. And you're welcome to stay in the back room for just a moment.
All right,
so,
bye.
Bye.
Thanks,
okay, so I'm just wrapping it up with me for a second, and I just want to let you all know that there are more segments that are coming up. About every 2 weeks, I plan on doing the Cat Dish and showing you new people, new artists. I have cat coffee shop friends, and talking about how they started TNR, Trap Neuter Release, other like shirt designers and clothing designers and more jewelry and just lots of different things. So please stay tuned for other cat dish. And then also be looking for, I am doing a new review segment. I'll be showing an actual picture of it soon in my community post for product reviews of products that you don't necessarily want to try to DIY yourself. And I will break them down and say if they're worth the money or not, to be honest. Because, you know, you don't want to overspend on things. But some things are worth it. Like, you don't need to buy a cat wheel. You can build that. So be looking out for that. And then the third new segment is actually going to be a DIY challenge, where I am going to challenge other YouTubers and other cat people to create a toy, get it, cat, acronym, to the cat challenge. So we are going to do a DIY toy build-off, and that should be coming to you soon too. So stay tuned, and thank you all for joining me today. I will see you all hopefully very, very soon. Bye. Hello, Jen.
Hi.
Okay.
Are we safe?
Yep, you're safe.
Can't